think people do get stuck in parts of the triad. I think that happens a lot. Talk with people, you see really quickly where people are stuck. Quite often people are stuck in hate. They think they hate a certain person, or they think they hate a certain community, ideology, country. Discover more about the world around you. Do things that cause you to step into the unknown. You're not afraid of it.
I could say I always used to doodle as a kid, but there was a long period that I never would do that. And actually it was about 5 years ago I started picking up and doodling again. And honestly, it started. A lot of it came back through my studies in college. I started researching anthropology and shamanism, and a lot of it was just about kind of letting go of ego, and it became like this meditative practice. And I would just put on a record, sort of practice getting into that state, and just having like an automatic kind of process. And I started getting really intrigued about what was coming out of it, sort of seeing cross-cultural symbolism, and I really kind of went down that route and just kind of blossomed from there. The guitarist Christopher Bruno, now new addition to the Night Owls. We've been working together for many years now with different sound experiments and light and sound experiments, which you get into. He's a dear friend of mine, and so we've been kind of evolving on this musical and artistic process for a while now. It's been fun. It's been a while. This concept of turning the triad was 3 basic elemental principles that Matt asked me to focus on. Was the primary colors of yellow, blue, and red, and they corresponded to the evolution of going through the life, hurt, pain, and suffering, kind of propelling into this whole evolution. So you have the basic cycles of life being propelled from conflict and birthing into a new principle. And so that's sort of what I focused on with the album, was just focus on those 3 primary elements of blue, red, and yellow, and just let it evolve from those principles. Well, I tried to make it as fluid as a process as possible. Really sort of took his direction and made that my only focus, and everything else allowed just to flow naturally and see what came out. It's a really sort of aleatory process in that regard. And obviously we have a dimensional element with the album artwork. I try to keep it 12 by 12 kind of ratio, so it would fit nicely with that. And since the album itself is all about a cycle of time, my other main focus was to keep it as cyclical and as a circle as much as possible. And live art is something I've been doing for a couple of years now. Lately I've been more into the studio, working on this sort of massive project, which has been consuming a lot of my time. But I like to do it. It helps me get out of my shelter, my little bubble too, and because I like that improvisational moment, just really flowing with whatever kind of happens, inspires that moment, and propelling something out of it, because life is in constant motion, so that's partly something I try to place into the artwork, that it's a very fluid form. Well, one thing I noticed personally in my little corner where I was making the artwork is one thing that always happens with live artwork is people come up and want to participate as well. So I like to encourage that, people to always bring extra paper and extra stuff with me, and to encourage kind of to do that, which is I think always fun. Music, I feel like people get the bug to be doing something. They're not dancing, they definitely want to be doing something. And particularly with this, I didn't get to really see too much of an audience reaction from the band, since I was either immersed in my artwork. But the buzz everywhere, it was a really good sort of home kind of collective kind of vibe to it that night, which I thought it was lovely. It's really comforting to see. And I think everyone was just out having a good time. I mean, and that's what music and live art and live music should be about. It's nurturing. It's really it really heals the soul from all the the bullshit that we put ourselves through on a daily basis. Yeah, I'd love it to be a long-standing relationship. I enjoy the people, enjoy the music, so why not make more?
One reason why somebody who hasn't checked them out yet should.
Music is awesome. You should always check out new music. That's one definite reason. If you're, so I'm around a lot of musicians, a lot of artists. That's pretty much has been my sphere, and they're very open-minded people. They want to check out new music, and this album is definitely it's a fun journey, and I really feel like it can, you know, it resounds to a lot of people because everyone has been through tough times, are going through tough times, and it's good to see that whole evolution of the cycle, going through that and rising out of it, and birthing anew like the phoenix.
Okay. The bongos?
Help yourself there.
You want to jam us out to break?
Yeah, no, I'll jump now. I won't touch bongos.
It's there.
There you go.